Since the Yankee come to Trinidad, they got all the young girls going mad. Young girls say they treat them nice, make Trinidad like paradise. Drink rum and Coca-Cola, go down Point Cumana, both mother and daughter, looking for the Yankee dollar.
Oh, week 17. Week 17. Class is in session, Pieguy. The end of the CFL season is coming. Will we crown the one and only true last champion of the CFL this year? Who knows? We have some changes. That came across on Monday afternoon. It's kind of changed the whole vibe of the CFL this week. A lot of ups and downs, positives and negatives all around. But more than less, it does lead into quite an exciting weekend of football, at least up here in Canada. Some nice matchups actually down south too. So if you're watching football this weekend between college football, NFL, and CFL, you actually have a fantastic slate, and you have games all around the clock because you have some games out in Europe this weekend too. So
the NFL slate's not that great.
It's not that bad.
Looks
the CFL slate's a bit better, yeah. But the college slate is pretty good.
Your Monday night games are Jets, Dolphins, and Jake Browning in Denver, and then like some of the like the 4:00 games look pretty good, right? But
yeah. You're not gonna like the 9:30 London game, or is it in Germany?
Dublin.
Oh, it's not even in either. It's in Ireland. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mm-hmm. Oh man, why not? Global impact. Anywho, what did the CFL do this week? Well, they Stuart Johnson, commissioner, came on board, said it's time to modernize a little bit of the league, and modernize it he did, at least in terms of a field of play, shrinking that to 100 and moving the goalposts into the end zones, so there will be no more obstructions in front of the goal line for quarterbacks. And sure enough, the data suggests people keep throwing wide, which makes sense. You're not going to throw through a goalpost. So we'll see what the changes bring. It's a 2-year phase. It's got to go through a couple of committees before it's fully approved, but it definitely has a couple of the CFL diehards in a bit of a tizzy. What about you? You find the
I haven't heard that
the rules a little bit bad, a little bit good, or are you indifferent? I don't think it's going to really change the game that much, to be honest. I mean, it's kind of great. We're not going to have a game-winning Rouge or anything like that.
Well, you still could.
You still could, but just not like
have to land in the end zone and not be returned out. And then there's just no the smaller end zone, right? It'd be harder to kick it out.
Yeah.
At that point. So that kind of sucks.
It's a bit different
in terms of that.
It changes.
The post being at the back of the end zone, I get why they would want to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's they are in the way a little bit, but I mean, are they really? I mean, we see lots of touchdowns. Right? I think a ball hits the post maybe twice a year, something like that.
Most,
it's not but I get it. The field goals are
listen.
A little bit
he didn't do it for the obstruction.
Field goals for me. They think
he
this is going to be more offense, maybe more touchdowns. Next year, I don't know if there's going to be as many points. When are the posts move? Next year or the year after?
They're moving in 2027.
Okay, so yeah. But next
the only reason they're not moving next year is because BMO won't accommodate the change. That's why.
Yeah, because this is World Cup. So that'll be interesting when the posts move. I don't like the 35-second clock. I think that's a little bit short.
I mean, it is. It's not in NFL's 40, but it's based on the whistles the refs blow. So it's still It's just to make consistency. So it's still going to be the same
No,
style.
no. They haven't said that. It's it's automatic.
No. They said it today. They said it today.
Well, they said it's no. I'm pretty sure they said automatic 35-second clock,
Mm,
but that's not
they-
again. That's not till next year
yeah.
either.
I think they
The
still
way
need to
I was
clear it.
made is like the NFL where the 40-second starts.
Mm. It's on
That's-
Whiff's.
yeah, no.
It's
When
on
the
the.
previous play is blown dead, it's right away, automatic.
Where did they get? Someone said that they changed that today.
FAQ. Here we
Maybe
go.
I'm wrong. Let's go with what they said on Monday. So
Yeah, they
let's take
said
it
the
that way.
35 as soon as the previous play is whistled dead. So it's like the NFL with the 40. So you're having 5 seconds shorter. I don't know if that's necessarily like field's bigger. It's not necessarily. I don't think that's a good thing. I think it was fine
It's
with
wider, but they're moving the
less
benches
spots
to the
on
opposite
ball.
sides. So maybe, we'll see.
Yeah, so less people need to run on, which I mean that's the smartest decision in my opinion of all of this. I mean that's the
Well,
no
it was the
brainer.
no-brainer. Yeah.
No brainer. Let's stop with these like how with the
Yeah.
Elks
And
the
I
Argos
get the 15-yard zone too. I bet you they would have kept the 20 if it wasn't for wanting just to be consistent across all the stadiums.
Oh yeah,
So
the
doing the
Toronto's
15
got an
makes it
18. So
yeah.
again,
And
that makes
Montreal's got the
but if
cuts.
you're the thing is if you're shortening the field to 100, Toronto's got lots of room.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Would have been fine.
Yeah,
Keeping it
I,
20.
I don't
Sure.
I don't get I don't know why they're even shortening the field, but I guess
That I don't know. My question to you, because we are a betting show, the Rouge had such an implication potentially on how some of the numbers played out.
yeah,
Because
the
the
threes weren't
3
as
and the
important.
2s, now we're back in a position where the 3 is gonna be playing a bit more of an important role
So
here.
I think we're still going to see Rouges. Not we see the thing is we've been like last season there was a ton of Rouges. This
Yeah,
season
this
there's
year
been
not so
quite a
much.
few.
Yeah.
There's been quite a few. So it's been fairly common. They're still going to be there. There just won't be as many of them. They'll probably happen earlier in games.
Oh, where
You know
people elect for field position? Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So so I don't know what would happen if say you punted it into the opponent's end zone and your guy touched it
Oh, I'm not sure.
because that's a touchback, right? So that'd be a rouge, wouldn't
It
it?
would be a Rouge it'd probably be a Rouge and field position for the other team.
Yeah,
The
wouldn't
question
it?
is they haven't said where the field position is. They don't because
Or would it be
now
illegal?
imagine now you give up a Rouge and you get field position playing on your 40 in a 100-yard field. That's actually kind of
Oh,
attractive
is
for
it
many
still going to
teams.
be the 40? Is it
We
still?
don't know. They haven't said.
Oh yeah,
If
I
it's the
think they're probably
40,
going
I
to move
mean,
that back. It'd probably be the
it
30
has
or
to
the
be like 20 or 30,
35. Yeah,
yeah.
because I mean that's ridiculous on a. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. They're gonna tinker here. I get it. They're trying to shake things up. Stephen John or what's his is it Stephen Johnson or what's
Stewart,
his name?
Stewart,
Stuart
Stewart,
Johnston.
Stewart.
He was lying through his teeth when he said, "Oh, we're
Yeah.
not doing this to make it easier." Hogwash. The guy is full of you know what. The that 100% they're doing this to appeal to the American viewers. You don't have to explain the Rouge as much. There's no 110-yard field. Why are the goalposts there? That's the biggest thing. Why are the goalposts there?
You know why
That's
they moved the goalpost too? It's so that they can get better vantage points of the end zones. It's purely for video creation.
yeah. But now are you gonna have to put a net up in the
I
stadiums?
have no idea.
Like that's
Probably.
another thing. And one of the things they're not really talking about is the college, the high school football teams. They're gonna have to repaint
Yeah.
their fields. You know what I mean? Like this
Change
is
them. Yeah,
that's
it could
expensive.
implications for Canadian amateur football for sure.
Yeah, that's expensive. They might like. I don't know. What are you gonna do? Like, is it like
You gonna give money
what
to
are
everybody?
some teams might change. Some teams might not be able to afford it. They might, it's
Well,
a
even
whole
university
mess.
ball uses CFL stadiums for the most part. Like for example,
Well, if
McGill
they're
uses
using the CFL
Montreal,
stadium, sure.
Regina uses Mosaic.
Yeah, they were saying Regina might not be able to use Mosaic now, or it was
Well,
something I
it
read.
depends. If U Sports stays at 110, then they can't. Unless Mosaic doesn't put seats in the now space that they have, which would you'd make no sense to not put premium seating now
Oh yeah, you
right
move
by the
up.
right? So,
You get an extra 15 yards of seat. Yeah, I get
and
they're
it's not
trying to
like
make
you can, but
money.
you can't move the goalposts, right? You can't move them from the end zone to the
Yeah, they're gonna have to put
goal
up a
line.
net. They're gonna have to put up a
Yeah,
net, right?
yeah,
Or else someone's gonna get hit in the face. I know it could happen now, but like it's a
it's a little
you
harder.
know
Yeah,
it's and then
sails
by the
through,
time it gets there,
sails
say
through, and peaks
it's,
down, not
yeah,
like straight up.
yeah, yeah.
Gonna
So
clock you in the face. Yeah.
um,
Well, we'll
yeah, so
see.
there's a lot of logistical stuff here. And it's not like the CFL's made of money here. So, but I get they think they're gonna they think they're gonna appeal. They won't say this. They're trying to appeal to the U.S. fan base because the U.S. leagues, though they don't do great, they get ratings, right?
Yeah,
The CFL's a better, they have a better, more stable process. The league's been around forever.
yeah,
They
more
have
product.
they get tons of Canadian viewership, tons of people go to the games. It's dirt cheap compared
Yeah,
to the rest of the sports. So they're trying to tap
definitely.
into the US market here.
100%, 100%. I would not be surprised if there's some form of U.S. expansion in the decade. Like, and I'm not
Yeah.
talking about deep into the
And
states. I'm talking about like Billings, North Dakota, like that
well,
kind of
I would
connection.
say they're gonna go east way before they go west because they need that fifth team of the East badly.
Oh, and well, you can with 100 yards. You can now have Halifax has a soccer stadium that can accommodate now with
Yeah, but
CFL
I
too.
mean, I honestly, Halifax
Nah, you got to go
it
Quebec.
might be more likely you get a U.S. team before you
Oh,
get Halifax.
St. Louis, maybe. St. Louis is interested in
No, but like somewhere, it'd be
mm,
somewhere close to the border, like
uh, Buffalo,
Boston or something.
Boston. No
Yeah,
way.
or
Maybe, or like Syracuse.
yeah, Syracuse or Rochester or
Yeah, yeah.
or you can even have Windsor, but they play in Detroit or something stupid like that.
Oh,
Um,
true, true. Yeah,
like
and you kind of bring those two. That's very,
yeah.
very possible.
I
That
was
does open
thinking,
up. It does
yeah,
open up. The 100 yards.
but
The
there's a
100 yards
ton of
does
hundred.
open up.
Like, there's a lot more 100-yard stadiums around the country. You know what I mean? That you
Hmm.
could put it like you could have it.
Modify
There's
and
a lot
adjust.
of stadiums just in like Peel and Halton region. If you want a second, like
Yeah,
you want to move the
familiar.
Argos out there or something, where you get
The
more
Mississauga
fans
Argos. You would
eventually.
actually. You would.
Because I mean, if the people from Oakville,
Yeah.
Burlington, and Brampton,
Oh,
Saga,
it would
2
definitely
million
be a.
people.
They would turn the what do they call the QEW Derby? It would be the 406 Derby. Uh, the
Oh,
one that or the
down in
Highway 6 if you go to Guelph, right?
Guelph. Yeah,
Up
yeah, if
and
they're
down.
playing Guelph, but no, it's still the
Yeah.
QEW from Saga. Yeah.
Not if you
Well, I mean
go on the
the
on the
403
west side
Derby
of
when they went
Hamilton.
to
Yeah,
Saga. Yeah,
yeah,
but there's a lot of stadiums. Like there's a big one at Ninth Line and the
yeah. Ninth.
403.
Yeah, they got a big one. Anyway, let's talk about our record here because last week was interesting. We went 2 for
A
2.
good
Our
week.
best bet lost. We
Oh, we
somehow
went 3 and
did
2.
we go 3 and 2? What did we have? That was the third that I missed.
We had Winnipeg, we had the under, and we had BC team total.
Yeah, 3 and 2.
Yeah, and
You're
the
right.
the one of the losses was a half unit. It was a good week for me. I know my
That's
betting
right.
account reflected that.
Yes, it was. It was a good.
Yeah, because the
um,
Montreal was a half unit and they
was the
won and
half.
didn't cover. That was the worry, is that they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
going to win but not cover. And then the first half under didn't get. Somehow the full game under got there,
yeah. It did.
which Hamilton did what they said they were going to do in the second half. They ran the ball. They played
Yeah,
defense.
yeah. It worked
Just
out.
there was a million field goals in that game. It's not like it was some big,
They didn't
track.
have offense.
Was
Yeah,
there was a lot of field goals, and that's why I'm thinking with the post moving to the back of the end zone. Like I said, I think it's going to be lower scoring to start.
yeah. I agree. I think we see games, end in the 40 to 50 range versus the
Yeah,
48 to 55.
those goalposts at the front of the end zone add a lot of points. And
They
plus,
do.
you
They
know,
do.
the Rouges aren't going to be as common.
And
Like
there's a lot of expectations that coaches will also be less less cautious now and go on more 3-on-1s, 3-on-2s. But I don't know.
I
I
mean, they
don't know.
already do that.
Yeah, some of them do, not every coach.
Yeah.
Let's pin in on one game. Actually, we'll talk about each team as we go through the lineups, because I think this week it has quite a bit of different storylines. I titled this episode
Ottawa's
"Changes."
on bye and they don't matter anymore, so we don't have to
Yeah,
talk.
don't worry about the Red Blacks are done.
They were. I told you that their favorites were hogwash.
It
Ottawa's
was.
a easy winner. I mean, I know Winnipeg only had, we'll talk about them later, but
Yeah.
Ottawa did
Yeah.
Ottawa things.
I
Shocking.
can't believe they lost that game. Anyway, another team I didn't think was going to look so bad, but looked terrible, was this Stampeders team. And now they're walking into Montreal. Fairly heavy dogs. 4.5. Now I get it. Montreal has Davis Alexander available. Montreal can clinch a playoff spot with a win and a BC win. That guarantees Montreal a playoff spot. Calgary can clinch a playoff spot with a win and a BC loss. So a BC and an Edmonton loss. They require both of them to lose. So Calgary is also going to be playing for some points here. But I'll tell you this: from what I saw last week in that Calgary BC game, I think people have finally had enough time to look at Dave Dickinson's tape. And all these linemen that no one knew who the fuck they were at the beginning of the season, no one knew their name. Everyone now knows their name. And then probably the biggest thing.
Everybody knows your name.
And I think the biggest loss is obviously Orimolade out for the season. Really hurts this Calgary team. And I'm pretty confident that VA is playing through pain. He is probably playing through pain.
He's on the injury report.
He's not?
No, he is on the injury report.
Yeah. He's gonna play, but I'm saying he's playing through pain.
He's playing? I don't know. I don't think he's playing.
Oh, he is. He's definitely playing. He's available as of today. So, because who else is gonna play? PJ Walker's out. They gonna play Jordan Love?
Okay,
sorry, Josh Love, not Jordan Love. I said Jordan Love. Josh Love.
No, they signed Logan Bonner. He's back.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, he's back. They signed him today. I was doing the research for this. I mean, Calgary's gonna get killed here.
I agree. I think so.
Look, they're signing guys off the street. The defensive line, apparently, without Orimolade, they stink.
They're garbage. Really bad.
Nathan Rourke was back there having a sandwich last week, tossing dimes to Katoy and Hatcher and whoever he wanted. Eberhardt,
every receiver on the Lions was getting the ball.
Yeah, the D-line couldn't get pressure, and now Montreal's offensive line isn't BC's offense. We talked about this last week. BC's offensive line is playing better. It's like this is an issue if they figure it out defensively. Like this team is very, very good offensively. They've scored 30 points now, 7 games in a row. They've lost a few, but the team total was 24.5. I mean, the team total this week's like 33. Like, they're averaging, what are we doing here?
They're averaging 430 yards.
They got that in the first half. VA's gonna play, but PJ Walker's out, and that means if and as bad as PJ Walker is, if VA goes out, the game's over. Like done. Finished.
We gonna bring Josh Love. Josh Love is gonna toss a ball.
He's hurt, isn't he?
No, Josh Love. He's doing
load management. Who's Josh Love? Is it Jordan Love's brother?
You know what? I would not put it past that.
And on the other side, McLeod Bethel Thompson was horrible last week, and they still won the game. He threw 3 picks.
Yeah. Hey, give Dogie some or Daggy some credit, man. He kept that
good for him. He McLeod tried to give them the game, and he still couldn't win the game. I mean, come on. Oh, he is Jordan Love's brother.
He is. Hey, he played for the Rams, the Panthers, the Pittsburgh Maulers, the Michigan Panthers, the Showboats, and now he's on Calgary.
Oh, love is all the power of love. Power of love.
His college numbers aren't too bad with the San Jose Spartans. That's funny.
Okay, so they got Josh Love. He's not playing. It's probably. I mean, I guess.
What are you gonna do? Give it to Logan? I guess
I don't know.
Logan
I
knows
mean,
the playbook.
VA is playing. We know VA is playing. The thing with Montreal though is that MBT's on the injury report. Is he available? I don't know if he's available. Oh, okay. MBT's available. Okay, so if Alexander pulls his hammy again, okay, they still have a real
They
quarterback.
still got
Evans is
a
available,
true one.
but
Yeah.
everybody else is healthy outside of the
They're
kick
good.
returner.
They're
So
back. They're
this
back.
is full power Montreal. We saw full power Montreal early in the season. They smash, and this Calgary team isn't full power. They're down Ormalade. VA's clearly hurt. He got sacked twice. I mean, I know it was Matthew Betts is doing the sacking, obviously, but I mean, they not only did they not have a sack, they didn't even have a tackle for loss. Like they couldn't stop anything. It was awful. Give me Montreal -4, still available everywhere. Full unit. I bet this a few minutes ago. I like the Alouettes here. They need the win. Calgary's probably still going to make the playoffs, but I don't know. I mean. Like I'm looking at you look at their schedule, okay?
It's debatable. It's debatable, man.
Like this injuries now to the Stamps. All of a sudden, the Elks are live again because they play Calgary. Winnipeg still. We'll talk about them in a few minutes, but like they beat Ottawa. They're not fixed. they beat the Ottawa Red Blacks. You know what I mean? There's some
and Calgary's got to go back to BC next week.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like Calgary's schedule's rough. Like their playoff hopes are a little bit in jeopardy.
They only have one more home game left in the season.
Yeah.
They're on the road the next 3. It's against the Argos.
Okay, so but that's again that they could be looking for the crossover. That could be a big game. If BC and Winnipeg continue to win here. I think Calgary's in big trouble. It's a road game. You got a quarterback who's beat up. You got a defensive line who is nasty coming after him on the other side of the ball. You don't have your best defensive lineman, and you have a quarterback who hasn't lost the game basically in the CFL. He's undefeated still. We forget about this. He'll be going for the record if he wins on Friday night here in against the Stampeders. And I don't think Josh Love is going to save them. So Montreal -4.
Love is all you need, man. Love is all you need. -4, Montreal. I'm on board. Let's talk about the team that smashed Calgary a little bit more here, and then the team that all hope might be lost. These guys over here, but you got the Argos coming into BC Place. Heavy road dogs. 9.5. That number might continue to go up. Nathan Rourke is playing lights out. That BC offense has over 430 yards. They're averaging over 430 yards a game. What else? Per play, they are an all-time CFL high at 7.88 yards per play. Last week, they ran 43 plays, 24 pass, 19 rush, over 500 yards. This team has figured out the one weakness they had, which was their defense. And they decided to put extra effort on that. Let Nathan Rourke do his thing with the O-line. They're going to put up points, and their biggest issue was stopping points. I don't know if this Argos team is going to put another 50 points on this BC team to get anywhere close of trying to win this game. But the spread is 10. Well, pretty much 10. For me, the Argos look like a team that might be lost in the woods. They're okay. Yeah, well, it makes sense.
Arbuckle's in, so
Arbuckle coming in probably moves this line a bit more. And once he's officially approved, it's probably down to 7.5 by the game time, by Friday night. But this Argos team, I'll give them credit. They're very resilient. They play hard. Dinwiddie's got them working hard, but it's just a matter of you ran out of time. You ran out of time, and now you're running into teams that are getting healthy, teams that are figuring it out. You got nothing. You got no chance now, really. You have to obviously win this game to keep pressure on the crossover. Your best record you can go now is 9-9, which is probably what you need to maintain a crossover, to maintain the third spot in the East at this point. You still have a couple of games. Believe they have 2 more games against Calgary. 2 more games against Calgary. You have 1 more home game against Hamilton, which may not matter to both teams. It may matter more to Toronto than Hamilton.
They have 2 games with Calgary. Are you sure?
I'm pretty positive. Oh no, they faced Calgary early in the season, right? They have Saskatchewan, Calgary.
They have BC, Hamilton, Saskatchewan, Calgary. The top 4 teams.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. You got to run the gauntlet against the top 4.
3 of those games are on the road. The home games against Hamilton, which will be a split crowd.
Yeah,
potentially.
Well, it might be a pro-American crowd. Let's be honest. It's the Bills game. The Bills game at the Argos.
Oh, that's the Bills game.
So you're gonna have a lot of Bills Mafia kind of influence. And it's actually the first game potentially of the Jays hosting an ALDS. So you probably have nobody at the game.
Well, we'll see about that. We're tied.
Is Johnny still watching? Probably. He's half asleep.
A couple viewers.
Yeah, let's not break his heart. Jays will make it. Don't worry, guys. It'll be fine. What are you leaning here? I think this is a blowout, man. I don't see the Argos coming into town dropping more than 25 on this BCD.
BCD's garbage. Give me the Argos plus 9.5.
Oh.
This is backs against the wall. The season's on the line here. You win, you have a legit shot to make the playoffs. You lose the game, you're going home. The BC's talking about Nathan Rourke's out there worrying about the CFL rule changes. I don't see him worrying about the Argos. Nick Arbuckle,
and I call myself an Argos fan. Man.
Nick Arbuckle throwing shots at him. I think that's the right thing to do. You gotta find some way to get him off his ground. The Argos aren't going away quietly. They haven't gone away quietly all year. Why would they go? Definitely not with Nick Arbuckle. If this is Jared Dagey, BC wins by whatever they want to win by. But this isn't Jared Dagey. Nick Arbuckle started his game. He's a real quarterback. I can go over the stats. They don't matter because Arbuckle's starting. The Argos are healthy. And what's the Argo team total? I can look that up. That might be a bet because I don't think the BC defense is like they stopped Ottawa. They stopped Ottawa. Like, come on, you know what I mean? And then
they stopped Calgary too.
Quincy Vaughn and PJ Walker, for some of that game. And Calgary still had 20 points, 23 they scored.
They did end up getting 23.
Yeah, Ottawa had 20 points too. You telling me Toronto can't get 20 points? Their totals, team total here, you can get 23.5 minus 120. Yeah, lock me in for that too. This is overreaction central because I get it. The offense is good, but they're a little banged up. They got players who are limited at practice. Coutoy's out. They got Dijon Allen out. It's not the injuries kind of went the Argos way a little bit here.
The Argos TTO is 24.
Yeah, 23.5. I think I saw
23.5. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's 23 and 24, whatever. It's too low. BC is going to allow 24 here. The Argos aren't going away here. I might even play the money line a little bit. Like, this is absurd. Well, like, I mean, what they were the last case. So I guess they beat Calgary at home. Okay, but Calgary's not the same team. They weren't like the quarterbacks are banged up. The defensive line lost their sort of stalwart.
So you're saying the last few BC wins are a little fraudulent?
Not fraudulent. They're a good team. But you're laying 9.5 here against a team whose
they just dropped
is on the line.
You don't think
the Argos season is on the line, and they're getting he was leading passing until he got hurt. The offenses, they still have Jake Herslow. They still have
he's 9 touchdowns last 6 games. Yeah.
Defense. I don't think this is a runaway. I think the Argos keep it close. I don't care if it's 10 o'clock at night at BC. And BC falls asleep. definitely like the back door is live because that defense isn't good. Listen, Rourke, like I said, Rourke talking about good. He's showing passion. He likes the Canadian game. He wants a Canadian thing. Yeah, I don't care. I don't like. In my opinion, it's a distraction. I think they're going to come out flat here against Toronto. Toronto, like I said, backs against the wall. This is it. This is the season. You lose this game, it's over.
You're
You know what I
done.
mean?
Yep.
And
Yep.
sure, you like I said, you have Saskatchewan, you have Hamilton, but I mean Hamilton could clinch this week, the one, and then that leaves them in a horrible spot next week. Saskatchewan could clinch because Calgary, is falling. So they, like could be a couple meaningless games, and then you could be facing, Josh Love for the last week of the season. Because if Calgary's stuck in second, or if they, if BC loses a game, Winnipeg loses a game, and Calgary finds a way to win a game or two, they could be stuck in second, and I guarantee you VA ain't starting that game. So this is the season for the Argos. The Argos, like, it's not it's not a sure thing that the Argos are eliminated. If they lose this game, it's pretty much done. But if they win this game, there's a legitimate chance. Winnipeg ain't, that hot. You'll have the win here now over BC, so you're going to be one game behind them, and you only have to tie them. You don't have to exceed their record. So
that's right.
This is an absolute back against the wall, getting 9.5 points. This is a full unit play. Argos plus 9.5, full unit play. Argos team total over 23.5, and maybe a little
sprinkle ML.
Plus 380. I mean, it doesn't take much for to get like that's a big old number there. And I know you're BC's the hot team. You have to beat Ottawa and Calgary team. I know that they like I said, they came out with a big lead, right? They've done that. They've come out to big leads and blown them. We've seen it. But Calgary's quarterback got hurt, so Calgary didn't have the chance to come back. So I gotta see, I gotta see more. And I don't really want to put too much money because I have the BC win total under, and it's still live. I need
it's just 9, right?
I need 9 and 9. So
9 and 9.
I would like to see them slip on the banana peel at some point.
And they very well can. They very well.
Yeah. So.
All right.
But yeah, I like I know you said his butt, and it looks like that. It like when you look at form, but you have to look at the situation. This is like Arbuckle's playing. He might even be banged up, but he's playing, and they're going all out. Like this is the season for the Argos, and if they get in, it's the CFL. You never know, man. Weird shit happens. That's right. Game sample sizes. And they can definitely, they know they can beat Montreal. They know they can beat Hamilton. And who knows who you draw in the Grey Cup, right? You could draw, Calgary with a backup quarterback.
You could draw BC.
Draw BC who has no defense. You could draw a Saskatchewan team who's, they've choked time and time again. So it's not like, there's world beaters. Right. Like the season's alive here. The season's alive. I'm the Ticats, man. I'm telling you, the Argos season's still alive.
You're backing me, man. You're backing the team that I've given up on.
But look, this is the back end to wall spot, and they don't have to win the game. They can lose by 8 points and you cover the spread. They can score. They can lose 40 to 30 or 40 to 31, and you cash both bets. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to necessarily take the over because I don't know. It's high. I don't want to have too much in this game. I think 2 units is enough, but I definitely lean to the over. But, I could see it where, like where maybe you have, like, Toronto tries to extend drives maybe, or, you have some weird, like Sean White's on Twitter. I guess you don't need me anymore. I don't know how checked in he is. You know what I mean?
Oh, you think he's like a little bit? Yeah, it could be.
So, I feel like BC's worried about the rule changes. That's the talk there. Toronto's
a lot of the team is backing. The entire BC
so don't be shocked when it's QB. And don't be shocked when it's 14-0 Toronto in the first quarter, because we know the BC defense can give up tons of plays. They still don't have a defense. It's Matthew Betts and guys.
That's very true. It's very true. How about this team? Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Would you say this team has a defense? Because they just won a game with a QB who threw 3 complete passes. Now, granted, it was against Ottawa, but
Yeah.
they allowed Streffler to run. They obviously turned to Brady quite a bit. But this Winnipeg Blue Bomber team did not only beat Ottawa by the skin of their teeth, they pretty much won that game with no issues in Ottawa. Not even in Winnipeg, in Ottawa.
And Winnipeg's
it was a
one
terrible
of the
game.
teams
Terrible
that
game, but
the home field really does matter. So
they do come here as favorites. Slight, it's pick 'em on Winnipeg. Hamilton's 9-5. Do you think Hamilton cares? 2.5 stars showing up. Yeah, this one's at Sports Interaction.
Okay, I'm just seeing if they because there were. I thought it. I was the tie cap money came. Okay, I was gonna
Once the
play
juice
this one.
came.
Yeah, the tie cap money came. There's been some buyback on Hamilton. This looked like it was gonna go to 3. This I was like, oh my god, are we gonna be able to do it again with the same thing we did last week? We were waiting for the 3, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. So the Ticats. So it looks like the Ticats escaped with the win against the Elks. If you look at the statistics, I mean, they were the better team, slightly better team. The Elks still keep a fight, but Ticats were 2 for 2 in the red zone. Outgained them by 6.8 to 6.4 yards per play. They had 110 yards rushing to the Elks 63, 3 sacks. Both the rule changes. He says Rourke deserves grace, but no one else is really complaining about it. I mean, Rourke kind of has that, like John Cena, he can say whatever he wants. He's the face of the league.
Yeah.
The Cats need 2 wins or Montreal losses. They clinch first. If Montreal loses, they win here, they will clinch first. I don't really want that. I want them to have a couple more meaningful games. You don't want to be like,
taking a break that long. Yeah, Saskatchewan Rough Rider fans are feeling the same boat where they don't want to be week 18 and already resting.
Exactly. So I wouldn't mind even if Winnipeg won or if Montreal or Winnipeg or Montreal. I prefer Montreal won, and you keep the winning ways going. But
yeah,
I wouldn't. The loss isn't exactly the end of the world here for the Ticats, but it's on the other side, Winnipeg, they still need this win. They're not guaranteed anything. And they have the tiebreaker over BC, but
that's all they have going for them.
Yeah, that's basically what they have. I mean, they're probably now, at this point they might pass Calgary. They're only 1 game behind the Stamps. So they obviously lost all 3 games to the Stamps.
Yeah,
which it's a triangle. When Winnipeg beats BC,
it really is. It really is.
Calgary beats Winnipeg. And Calgary also beats Saskatchewan, but I guess, and then the Saskatchewan BC is like the home team tends to win. 54 passing yards, but they had 172 on the ground, and they had a bunch of return yards and field goals and interceptions because that's the Ottawa Redblacks missing field goals, throwing picks, and Winnipeg has very fast, like Vavel's defensive back. They have very fast defensive backs to return. That like the box score lies in that it looks like Ottawa 40 yards passing. How did they lose that game? Well, you turned the ball over and allowed a bunch of return.
The ball. Yeah. So you went deep and then you tossed it back.
Yeah. Wheatfall, Jamal Porter, and Michael Griffin, 2 defensive backs and a wide receiver. I don't think they're gonna play this week. They didn't practice last I checked. Let me scroll down here. Yeah, It looks like they're all good. Yeah, they're not going to play this week, probably.
Zach Collaros is back.
Zach Collaros is back. But this is the point here. That's not an upgrade. He's been awful.
You don't think it's an upgrade over Streffler?
No! He's been awful. When's the last time Zach Collaros had a good game?
2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't before the Grey Cup. Oh, a good game that wasn't against BC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we see the BC defense is not good. The Ticats are the better team here. They still have something to play for. Now I was gonna plan. I'll wait till this gets to 3. It's not getting to 3.
No.
The wise guys have come and said, yeah, 2.5's enough.
Stays at the pick'em. Yeah.
Yeah. Play a half unit Hamilton +1 or plus. I didn't get 2.5. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see what I can get. I don't really want to eat juice.
It is juice.
I get +115 on the money line. That's not bad. Or +2 flat. I have half. +115 Hamilton money line. I'll just go for the plus money. This game doesn't feel like it's decided by 2 points.
No, I don't think
Hamilton
so.
kind of beat them pretty bad the last time. I know Winnipeg's at home is a different team, but Hamilton doesn't like. They don't like the Bombers. I don't think they're going to look past them here. They still have things to play for.
I think Hamilton just wants to clinch the first seed as fast as
possible. I don't think so that's the thing. I think Montreal's going to win, so that will put pressure on Hamilton.
To win and then
win. Yeah, and then they can.
And then Hamilton will clinch it in BMO, which would be beneficial to them.
I don't know. We'll see. I can see the Argos taking that one. But we'll see.
If the Argos beat the BC Lions, yes.
Well, I don't know.
Back in the Argos next week.
We'll see what happens, but yeah, half a unit here. Hamilton money line. I'm not too confident, but they're better. Simple.
Yeah. And let's go to the last game.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you want to make the picks here? Because I have no idea what the hell's gonna happen in this game.
So I'll say this: Edmonton continues to be a very interesting team.
They cover, but they don't win. How many in a row have they covered now? They've covered quite a few in a row, haven't they?
I think they've covered 4 in a row. I want to say. I'll tell you right now in a second.
Let me look at the schedule. Like the Alex case,
3 in a row. 3 in a row. They've covered 3 in a row.
Oh yeah, they got smoked by the Stamps.
They're
but before
9 and 5. 9 and 5.
Yeah,
9 and 5 1 covering. The best team in covering.
Yeah, they're not like. I'm not betting like it's a Saskatchewan spot. You want to fade the Elks as an underdog here? They probably lose by 3. It's Emelis is back, Bain is back. Or I don't know if Bain's going to play, but still, all their wide receivers are available. Marcus
Saskatchewan's coming off the bye.
Yeah,
do they even need
to
win?
A bad loss to Montreal.
It was a bad loss.
But Cloud Bethel Thompson embarrassed them. That was embarrassing.
You're right. They are at home too.
Points to McLeod at home.
No,
they're in Edmonton here.
They're in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edmonton needs to win this game or they're done too, right?
That's the thing. I don't know. So the way they
who are they catching? They're catching Winnipeg. They're catching BC.
Calgary, I think.
You think they can catch? Yeah, but it's 3 games. They got to catch Calgary.
Is it 3?
Edmonton's best record is 9-9. Calgary wins 1. They do. They will have it.
Yeah, because they already beat them. They would need to win that last one. So they play the Bombers and the Lions and Calgary still. So they
play everyone they need to catch.
Everybody, yeah. So, but they got to win out, or at least go 3 and or they 5-8 now. What is the record?
Okay, you told me I can back them, right? So it looks like my calendar might allow for me to watch the last home game of the Elks because I might be in Edmonton that week. So I'm gonna want the Elks to be in contention to maybe potentially.
Oh man, that'd be if they're alive, that'll be the biggest crowd of the year. If they roll off 3 wins here and they all they gotta do is beat the Stamps. Or even if they're all 2 wins and the Stamps lose out, which I think is a real possibility at this point, they would just need to win the 3rd one and get that crossover, as long as Toronto doesn't do anything. So,
because storylines, man. Storylines.
They keep it close. They were the worst team. The Ticats were the better team, but it wasn't like marginal. 2 points was probably the outcome was accurate. Hamilton won, Edmonton covered. like the defense is playing well now. Nick Anderson's hurt, and that's a problem. And Brinkman is hurt. Brinkman's been hurt for a while. Anderson's been hurt for a while. Let me see. Did they get any good news today? No good news. They both didn't practice. But on the other side, Zach Fry might miss this game. The offensive lineman for the Niners.
You might also lose Campbell too. He has
Devon Campbell. Now, Edmonton's not exactly the team to beat over the top. And this is the quote from Mark Killam. You know, we got to find a way to make plays. Yeah. Now, there was a couple of years ago when the Flyers were rebuilding. John Tortorella would come to the press conferences basically every day and say, "We got to make more plays. We got to make more plays." But they don't have playmakers. They didn't have playmakers on it. It was just hard work. They would grind it out. You know, they would play hard, and that feels like the Elks here. They just don't have, like, outside of Rankin, you know,
nobody else.
Keon Julian Dunbar's hurt. Keon Julian Grant, you know, I mean, that's wide receiver one. You know, last year they had all these playmakers. Tevin Jones, Gittins was making plays.
Lewis, yeah.
You can't find him on the field with a telescope right now.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
Like, God, it's. But you know, I like. Do I want to like? I look at the history of these two teams. Like, it's like flip a coin. Like, when these two play, it's like who knows? Even when Edmonton's bad, they upset the Riders.
Yeah.
It's just been weird games, unders, overs. You know, we barely got there with the under last week.
We got a huge number here again too.
I know it's a 50. Like, I should be on this under. It's 54.5. It's an Elks game.
Yeah,
and they don't have and plays. Like they're not making those plays.
But they're also slowing down. I'm more concerned like this. If I'm a Saskatchewan team, and I talked to some Rough Rider buddies this week, I look at this game and I'll know already the outcome from the Calgary game. I'll know the outcome from the BC game. I'll know the outcome from the Winnipeg game.
Yeah.
All those, if those are all L's to some of their opponents, there is no way they're going to try too hard against Edmonton. Well, the only reason they'll play hard is they don't want to be embarrassed again.
The Riders are the only team without a bye in the last
remaining.
5.
Yeah.
So you know, they probably don't want to play anybody that last week.
They got a very easy game next week.
Next week they're in Ottawa.
And then they get the Argos.
Yeah, Winnipeg, and then BC at home.
When are they going to start resting guys is my question.
Yeah, so
with no more buys, they're going to rest guys. Yeah, they're going to have to decide which games do they start, you know, dropping teams. Maybe they take it easy on the East teams because it doesn't impact them as much. But they qualified. They're in the playoffs. Like, what do you need a secure home field. You have 2 games up on Calgary.
Yeah. So I know teams going to the bye have been horrible. So the Alouettes, the Bombers, and the Elks are the teams going to the bye. So that's like, but this is the same spot like Toronto, where yes, the Elks are going into the bye, but if they go into the bye with a win, they will come out of the bye feeling like they have a chance, regardless of what happens next week. Because I mean, Saskatchewan plays. It's basically like the Stamps and Lions play each other. They don't they want somebody to lose. It doesn't matter who. And then Saskatchewan plays Ottawa, and an East game. 3. So basically 3 games that are irrelevant essentially in terms of what's going on. So they just got to win. If the Elks lose this game going to the bye, then when they come out of the bye, I don't know if they might be fade material. But like, how many times you be kicked in the nuts here? I mean, this is like how many games like they lost by 1, they lost by 2. Like they're elking again. And
they did blow the Toronto game. They blew the Toronto game. You know, for the most part, they probably should have been. Yeah, the Hamilton game, they were right in it.
We're just.
I think they're going to play. I think they're going to play the Rough Riders really tough. I think they definitely cover.
worry.
I just don't know if they'll win.
Like if the Rough Riders come out strong, like defense, the Elks' strength is the defense and the special teams.
Yeah.
Those are efforts, right?
Yeah.
Those are efforts. You have to show effort for those. Like the defense is effort based. So special teams. I worry if Saskatchewan comes out to a nice lead and the bye coming up, season's over, they fold. Like this is the worry. This is why like
you think they'll fold for Killam? Then you think they'll do it? They'll just be like, "That's time." You know when they fold is when Trey Ford sees the ball. When Trey Ford sees the ball.
Yeah, that's the thing. Fajardo is rallying them. So, I don't know if they'll fold. Fajardo's not folding. I can tell you that right now. No. That guy's not going to quit. So I'm not worried. But he just doesn't have the weapons. They don't have playmakers. That's not a Rankin. And they don't it's Rankin and it's guys.
And the Riders will just cover.
I got 4-string receivers is just as good as Julian Grant. The Saskatchewan's got like 7 guys that might be better than everybody on the Elks. You know what I mean? Like it's not fair. Like the poor Elks, they had all of these receivers. One guy's disappeared, pulled a Houdini, Curly Gittin. The other guys are gone. And you're down, like you had Mayala, you had Lewis, you had Tevin Jones, you had all of these great. You lost all of them except Gittins. Like what?
Yeah, you chose.
And you brought in Dunbar, and he got hurt. You know what I mean? And he was their best receiver by far. It's just I might just. I mean,
let's just skip it.
I would like the Elks to win here, so I'm gonna be cheering for the Elks. I don't need to have money on it. I don't really know if I want to play. Yeah, I might just Saturday night. I might just sit back, relax, enjoy it. Maybe I'll live bet it. I don't know. And then I don't want to sweat another Elks under. I've had enough of sweating Elks. We escape because there's a tale to where the Elks quit on defense and it's just Saskatchewan murders them. But it's under. I'm not betting over here. There's no way. No way. No. Do we do it one more time? This could be the last.
It might be the last time you get it.
We lost one.
We only lost the first half under with the Elks.
Oh, I know when we lost the under, but the first half I don't count. But I mean, the full game there's only one's gone over, right? In the last, just the Toronto game went over, right?
Yeah, by half a point.
By half a point, it went over. We won by half a point last week, so the totals are starting to come around. But I still this is too high, isn't it?
Yeah, but Saskatchewan's not really a dead.
Saskatchewan's road. We're working this one out on air because I looked at this game like the gut says,
Saskatchewan 6-7 on the over under.
Yeah, but what are they on the road? Okay, they went over a BC. That game doesn't count. The under against
Edmonton is 4-10 on the over under.
Yeah, 47. Yeah, they don't score. Okay, they scored a lot in Toronto. Scored a lot in Hamilton.
It was early on though.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just worried they get all their guys, but I'm just gonna stay away. It's a pass. I try to I don't feel it with this one. I worry about this one. Like the Argos are gonna fight. They got Arbuckle coming back. They have weapons though, and BC's defense is it's okay, but
better.
Rankin should be able to beat it. That's a good matchup for the Elks. So that's the thing. If Rankin gets going, this might fly over if Saskatchewan's receiver. It's just gonna be tough to cover all.
What was their first meeting was early on, right? Edmonton.
It was 18-21. It was a dead nuts under.
18-21 in Saskatchewan.
They're starting to score a little bit here, the Elks. So, but they just, like you said, they're killing us. They're just not making plays. They gotta make plays. You need a guy on Canon Julian Grant, he gets yards, but when he's wide open, it's him open. Their big tall guys aren't catching.
18-21 is the spread here, eh? You cover.
Yeah.
We
Oh
keep
no.
winning.
I like I said, I'm worried if it's the
It was
Elks.
all that was all garbage time too.
The Elks
I'm
could
looking
pack
at
it
the
in
game.
here. Like
Yeah,
the Elks could pack it in. It's
yeah.
been a tough season, but it this is their last stand, just like Toronto. But with Edmonton, it feels like they're gonna run out of gas because they've just been playing so hard. It's been
They're
good
tired.
defense. Yeah. Whereas Toronto, it's
And
like
then two tough
a
losses.
lot of the Toronto games, like it's been the defense has been gashed. It's like, and it's been the offense which doesn't
Saving them.
exert as much energy. Like you
Yeah,
play
yeah.
it's hard, it's effort.
And actually,
Whereas,
last week it was opposite for the Argos, where the defense actually played fairly well.
yeah,
The
the
offense
defense
just
put in a good effort, but a
couldn't
lot of
keep
times
up.
the Argo defense hasn't put in a good effort,
Yeah,
and so it's
but
like,
the Elks have just had two tough losses where
yeah,
they
too
pretty
tough
much
on them.
lost on the last two drives of the
And
game.
the Elks could win this game. I like Mace's blow, but that we got to make plays. I don't want to hear that. I've heard that. Like I said,
It means you're
Tortorella in
done.
the NHL.
Yeah,
That
let's
means
en-
we don't
let's enjoy
have
it, Mike.
playmakers. That's not, yeah. So I'm gonna cheer for the Elks. We still have the win
Enjoy.
total. It's not dead. Because especially with the Calgary, we can still catch the Calgary. They beat Calgary week. We catch that minus
Yeah,
160.
yeah,
I
yeah.
really
We
like to
could.
catch that just to win the juice back. Um,
The
so
win the
yeah.
juice. Yeah, yeah. It's true. So let's do a quick recap here.
I got a 4. You can get a 4 Montreal available. So
It's 4 available. Beautiful. Then
yeah,
I'm gonna
4.
edit that right now because
Yeah.
we'll make that the show. There's a 4 available. There's
They were
the
3.5 earlier today, and when I went to go bet it, they were gone. I was like, oh, that's okay.
already
4.
gone.
I can
Yeah.
live with 4, but
Well, once Davis is like fully
yeah, and I got
cemented,
confirmed.
it
He
might
was
go even
full.
higher. Yeah.
Okay, I'll pay half a point.
Yeah. So let's go with Montreal minus 4 here, full unit. The Toronto game, a lot of money, or a lot of plays, at least with the Argos here. Argos to cover, Argos team total over, which is pretty low in my opinion. And a little sprinkle on the money line. And then we have the Hamilton money line as well at half a unit, and then we're going to enjoy the Elks game. We do need to pick a best bet, my buddy.
No, it's a Toronto team total. Yeah,
I was gonna say
BC's defense. Come on. They're gonna hold. This passing attack with Jake Herslow and Coxey. Someone new. Metal. There's so many weapons on Toronto. Just so many weapons.
Polk is back. Yeah,
Polk is back, and he's gonna cook. So Betts is great, but if Arbuckle gets protection, they're
good.
scoring. They're scoring. They're not gonna. This team has shown all year they don't quit. So, and it's not
Scrappy.
like they're scrappy exactly, and they have an offense. So even if the defense comes out a little slow, I feel like the offense to get the defense going. Whereas in the Elks game, it's the defense that has to get the offense going, which is why if they come out a little slow, it might just be curtains. And you could score 24 by accident against the Lions.
Yeah, you could still lose this game.
Yeah, you could lose 50 to 30. Or something, or
you still get it.
26, you know what I mean? Like
and get it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same thing we said last week. It's with the BC Calgary. Calgary's good, but like BC can score, and like I said, BC's good, but their defense is, they looked okay against Ottawa and Calgary. But Toronto can still score as long as it's Arbuckle. It's a big gap between him and Daggy.
Yeah. So. And there's just something about those two teams playing each other as well. And talking it through the show here, I recall a lot of that history. And Toronto just has BC's number in the last few seasons. Something about just also loving to play this team.
The Rourke distraction stuff is.
I agree. I think
like Toronto could come if Toronto comes out with the House of Fire. This is a game. This is.
I would not be surprised.
Live on the money line.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. Out of all the stadiums this week, BC Place is the one that gets the most attention in terms of the whole CFL changes and people like being openly against it, and the crowd being very mixed in and out of out of the
Also,
game.
how many calls is the Lions going to get this week? You know what I mean? The referee.
I was gonna say,
how many
does the
calls are
command
they gonna
center
get?
turn on the face?
If the O line on Toronto's holding, you know, are they going to call it like because they don't call it? It's holding on every play, like we say. You know, they're not going to call it.
It's
If
true.
it's 50-50, yeah, you know.
It
Rourke
is the
takes a
TS.
little bit of a shot. They're not going to give him the roughing the passer play unless it's obvious.
Yeah, no review on the play. Command center phones down. It could happen. It could happen. I did see that every other quarterback on every other team said nothing bad about the changes.
I know, but you
And
know,
only
like I said,
Rourke was the one that was, and only the BC players really on socials making comments. You saw the TiCap players all saying, "Bravo, good changes." You saw the Argo players, sounds good. You saw the Winnipeg guys,
so,
you
so
know,
Bo and who's the Winnipeg
Castatunes.
coach? Who's the Winnipeg coach? O'Shea. So those
O'Shea.
guys are like they're looking. They got one foot out the door, right? So
Yeah,
like
they
O'Shea's
don't.
contract's up, and Bo is
Mitch,
you know,
Mitch
he can
won't
retire
play
right
with
now.
goalposts at the back. Yeah,
Yeah, he has a job at TSN, waiting for him.
pretty
So
much.
and he's made a lot of money. So you know those guys gave Rourke his flowers, right? Arbuckle went and talked shit a little bit. You know, other people, you know, didn't agree with it. So it's the guys who have privilege who are speaking up. Which isn't, you know, remember this isn't the NFL. These aren't guys with $15 million in their bank account.
Yeah. They have this. They have to praise.
They have to, you know, they're employees. And they need the right. So yeah, Rourke can say what he wants. He's John Cena, right? Like he's the star.
Yeah.
And the old guys can say what they want because they got one foot out there. Like, oh, Shea might get Shea's contract not being renewed. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets it. I wouldn't be shocked if like we see after the season he's connected to an NFL team because he's been a very very good coach in CFL for a while. And there's some bad coaches in the NFL. So
I can use some help.
Thinking about that the other day. I said, just now it popped in my head. I'm like, what if you know the NFL says, hey, why don't you come over here and run an offense?
Takes over your Dolphins.
Well, no. Well, that's the thing. Like, would he be an OC? Would he be a head coach? I mean, he's better than McDaniel. He's better than McDaniel. You know, he's in a bad spot right now. But Miami's filled with this stuff. Yep, 6 o'clock. We'll talk about the Dolphins and all the craziness. Who knows? I might even bet them this week. They're playing the Jets. I haven't looked at it. So, yeah,
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I've only made one. This week's tough. I've only made one bet, but it sounds like the prop man will make his season debut for the regular season on Friday, and it sounds like we're gonna have some extra viewership from what I've been gathering.
All right, I'll be tuning in for sure.
6 o'clock Friday, back to regular schedule. Should be 6 o'clock Friday going forward. There's one thing I have to look into, but if not, it'll be like around that time.
Yeah.
But going forward, should be 6 o'clock. We're finished with the crazy Fridays that I've had. And I'll have my notes ready to go. We'll have bets locked. We'll have bets. Maybe we'll fire bets on the show like we always do. A little bit. You know, it's been a rocky start, but last week was every week's been a little better. Like the week
just been climbing.
Yeah. Week 2 was bad, but okay. Last week was pretty good. The best bet cashed, anyways. And then the last 2 bets we made, the Lions and the Chiefs, pretty easy winners, to be honest. So.
Pretty. It was an easy lock for sure. Yeah.
So
go Panthers. That was a great best bet.
For this week, for one more week, we can cheer for the Argos.
One more week.
So I don't have the tie cut that on.
All right. Well, we'll leave it at that because we're gonna keep it. Yeah. Pieguy likes the Argos. Let's go, Argos.
Yeah, I do like the Argos to score.
Let's go.
Yeah.
They'll do it. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us again. We'll be here again a week's time from now, and tune into Pieguy's shows tomorrow, and we'll catch you on the socials. Peace.
Unlike the Rouges, we're not going away. Goodbye.
Yeah.